baby. Oh yeah. Damn. Damn, mama. Alright, so all of the exteriors are clean. Jess's car is actually 100% hand washed. Super spotless, guys. Man, I always enjoy washing cars. I don't know why, it's just so therapeutic to me. But we have my car, which I never hand washed. I've never hand washed my own car. I just take it to the express car wash and then I bring it home to detail it, to do the finishing touches, but I do that every week. Jess only washes her car once every month. Right, babe?
What?
Once every month?
Yeah.
Alright, so for all of you sneakerheads out there, or people just who love shoes, you don't have to necessarily be called a sneakerhead to love shoes, but I'm going to show you guys what I do. So I get a lot of pictures in these shoes, and people always ask me what these are. These are just Adidas NMD City Socks. Super simple, just all white mid-tops with no laces, and they're getting really, really dirty because I wear them all the time. I'll show you guys how I clean them. So, I get the shoes, right? They're just shoes, right? By themselves. Okay? That's the washer. Literally, we got some detergent here, no bleach. All I do, add a little bit of detergent. Literally, that's it. A couple drops. Make sure you wash it on cold water. Cold water. No warm and no hot. And then, 1, 2. Soak it with a little bit of water. Make sure you get it all in there. And that's it, guys. Super freaking simple. Look, you don't need to overcomplicate cleaning your sneakers. Look at that. That's it. I used to think that there was like so many secrets and tips to clean your sneakers, and I used to buy all these things like Crep, and well, Crep is good for, Crep and Rejuvenator is amazing for protecting the shoe before you wear it, but once you step outside, all the humidity seeps into the shoe. You can't spray that anymore because essentially you're spraying it on top of a already soiled base. So you need to spray it when it's fresh. So people always overcomplicate it. All you need to do, guys, stick to the basics. Detergent, cold water, shoe, done. Also, for like the past week or so, I haven't been sleeping like on my regular sleep schedule. I've been sleeping at 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 a.m. And I've been trying to really commit to expanding Zephyr Collection as much as possible. If you don't know, Zephyr Collection is my jewelry company right here. Link is in the description box below. But been trying to spend a lot of time on expanding my jewelry line, and I know that, you know, getting everything designed, whether it's US, whether it's China, whether it's Italy, whether it's India, wherever you choose to manufacture your products, it's gonna take a long time. It's expensive to sample products, expensive to create the mold, expensive to ship, and on top of that, like the turnaround time is very, very slow. Mine being around like a 4-week time to get a sample, and it's just it's a long process, man. Like, even whether you're trying to get into the supplement industry, like manufacture your own supplements or manufacturing your own clothing, like, and you're doing that overseas, because most people are doing clothing overseas in China and stuff. It's probably one of the longest and most frustrating processes, talking with like manufacturing, and it's hard, man. Like, it's difficult, but it takes a long time to do something that you're trying to build and become like a brand that is for the long run, as opposed to a brand that just is associated with your name. So like if you're building a brand like that is 100% associated with just your name, and after your name dies out in the fitness industry, the brand dies out, that is different. Like I'm talking about a brand building something for the long run that will last a long time, that you're trying to establish, that even if your name fades out, the brand still exists. And that is what you guys need to remember. Obviously, I am not like the biggest person to explain this to or explain this with, but from my experience and learning of all these things and absorbing different like perspectives, guys, it's all the same thing. Like literally everything is the same thing, but it's just, if you're trying to be successful, you need to do something that will last a very long time, and you're not just in it for the quick buck, you know, for the 1 year plan. It's got to be a 5, 10, 15 year plan with your company, and what are you going to do to make sure that happens. Alright, so I just made a banana milkshake from like, just, I don't know, figment of my imagination. We got 1 banana, 1 cup of almond milk, about 15 ice cubes, and 2 little teaspoons of stevia. That's it. I'm gonna try this. Never tried it. I don't know how it's gonna go. Damn. That's really freaking good. Wow. You gonna try this?
Yeah.
Here. Nice.
Alright, honest.
Honest review, like for real, honest.
Yeah, it's not bad though.
It's pretty good, right? Imagine if I put peanut butter in that.
I think you should have put 1 more banana. I like more banana.
That's a lot of carb, dude. Imagine if I put peanut butter in here. Super simple, guys. Sometimes you just need to just come up with different shit and just put it in a smoothie, and for some reason, if it's sweet, it always tastes good. Hey, alright, I just pulled the shoes out of the washer. It's 90% clean. Look at this. There are definitely like a few little scuffs left, but like before I put it in, there's like a lot of black stuff. But most people, like, they scrub their shoes a little bit just to get off the surface dirt. I just get a little bit lazy, so I just throw the whole shoe in there. But for the most part, guys, super simple. Now all you do is just leave it to air dry. I just put it literally on the floor, let it dry for a day, and you're done. Alright, so I'm at the gym right now, about to get in the lift. Just doing some rolling right now. I don't know why my back is so sore, but we got a special guest in the house today.
What's up, people?
My man Antonio Espinoza is lifting with me today, and Antonio is actually doing a show. Music starting up. Antonio is actually doing a show in about 10 weeks, I would estimate, and he's been coaching with me for, I want to say 2 weeks. So 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Okay, so I always preach body weight first, functionality, and then we do the weights. So starting off today's back day with 5 sets of 10 pull-ups. These are rotating grips, so you can choose to either do a rotating grip, supinating grip, underhand grip, or just the traditional pull-up grip. Let's go, come on. Let's go. Boy, let's go. All right, so our second exercise of the workout, we have another, I would say, with exercise, obviously. These are machine pullovers, and Antonio was talking about he normally does rope pullovers, and the difference is night and day. With rope pullovers, essentially you can kind of lean into it or kind of form different angles to make it easier for yourself. So this kind of takes away from your form and activating the teres major minor or your lats, right? So with this movement, the machine pullovers, there's absolutely no momentum. You're literally just in a restricted form in which you're opening your lats as much as possible. So with that, if you notice, we don't go all the way down. Antonio is literally going all the way as far back as possible to where the weight almost hits the stack. So we got 10 reps, 4 to 5 sets. Okay, so next exercise we have is our third one. We have incline dumbbell rows, and if you can see, Antonio is actually having the chest kind of on his lower pec, and then he's rowing diagonally, guys. That is the key to this movement. If you guys are rowing vertical, big difference from diagonal. You feel it a lot more in your back. And Antonio actually has this on his regimen. So you've been doing it wrong, correct?
Yeah, I've been doing more of the straight pull instead of the actual.
Exactly. So just like traditional standing dumbbell rows, you never want to pull straight up and straight down. When you pull straight up and straight down, it's a lot of bicep involvement. Relay all of that to like a barbell row or a T-bar row. You're always pulling at a diagonal angle as opposed to up and down. So that's the difference of training back, pulling with your biceps, and also pulling with your elbows. There's a difference there. So
Nice. Come on, Daniel.
Alright, so next movement we have is standing low cable rows with the rope attachment. So have your feet firmly planted on the ground, and as the rope comes forward, you kind of stretch it a little bit to stretch your whole thoracic chamber, and then as you pull back, you extend and contract your middle back. Look at that. That's perfect form, guys. And if you notice, all of the rowing movements that I do always work at a diagonal motion. That is optimal. Look at that. Perfect form, bro. Let's go. Good. The next exercise we have is standing hammer strength unilateral rows. And as you see, guys, rows, diagonal motion, diagonal pulling motion. That is the natural pulling motion. So we're doing also, instead of using the seated bench that's provided, we're standing. And this allows for more of a rigidness. So you only stretch your back and pull at a diagonal motion, but also keeping your spine and your neck, which is the most important part, neutral. Hell yeah, let's go, Kelvin.
Okay, go back.
Back again, let's go.
I'm like a bird. Do the Super Saiyan run.
Come on.
Yo, I need to put shoes on. Do the second I'll kill you.
All right, that's one. That's one. We got Liz. Let's go, Liz. Oh, she's about to outdo us, and she's preggers. Oh, shit. We got my boy, Antonio. So, we are currently stepping outside, do a little bit of unconventional cardio. We got what is called...
I did legs today.
Yeah, 4 exercises.
Come on.
We got what is called hell runs, which pushing the prowler back and forth and jogging back and forth is 1 round. We got 10 rounds of that.
Is he like moving sideways like this?
Yeah.
Oh! He knows it too. He knows that way. Oh! He knows this shit.
My legs are already shot. You okay? Come on, Daniel.
Let's go, come on. Push.
Alright, we're done.
We're done. That's a wrap, man.
Oh my god, I can't even. Whoa. How was it, bro?
Honestly, those hell runs, man. Woo.
Yeah, I can't.
Different animal.
I can't. This right here, guys, is the key to everything. The key to everything.
What are you trying to say? My burger doesn't taste good?
No, like just the key to everything. Like Jessica's dad makes the best fucking green salsa in the entire world. Literally. So, burger, which smells absolutely amazing, by the way. Alright, so before I get some hate, I'm gonna take a bite of the burger before putting any condiments. Wow. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. What? What? What'd you say?
Yeah.
And then we got, look at this. Guys, Mexican burger. Instantly.
No, you want a jalapeno?
Oh my god. Alright. And then pickled jalapeno. Wow. I juiced all over Jess. Damn, guys, look at this.
That's all right.
That's it, folks. Alright, so I'm about. So you guys recall that earlier I made that shake, that banana milkshake. I'm about to make it again, but change up the ingredients slightly. So the consistency is a lot better when you freeze bananas. So I have some frozen bananas here, and earlier I had like 110 grams, but almost out of carbs. So I'm gonna add 90 grams of bananas. And then I'm gonna put about 3/4 scoop of my 1-up white chocolate. This is like key. That's key. So we have flavor of choice, chocolate peanut butter blast. I promise you, peanut butter with bananas, bomb. So we got 3/4 scoops, which is about 22 grams. A little bit of almond milk. We got, let's go half serving almond milk, and stevia and water, and that's it. So all I'm gonna do, I don't have to scoop, so I'm gonna pour this in, guys. Oh shit, that's way too much. Yeah, super simple. So I'm gonna blend this up right here. Wow, moment of silence. Okay, so earlier, amazing workout, amazing cardio session with my client, Antonio, who is currently 10 weeks out from a show, and we're gonna play it by ear. Antonio is a little bit older than us. He is 31, which is by far not old at all. By no means is that old, but he's 2 weeks into his diet. Obviously, Antonio has never competed before, but you know, he's looking to compete. And this brings me to my topic of everything. And we had like a really long talk earlier about competing and on all these different things, and the factor of why I think competing is not healthy. Competing is probably one of the most unhealthiest things you can do in terms of fitness. Now, when you think of fitness, like you think of health and like bringing your body, not necessarily being the most shredded, but being as healthy as possible, having a healthy lifestyle, everything is normal. Because at the end of the day, nutrition is 80% of everything, and also nutrition is the ultimate medicine. It's the best medicine in the entire world. I would say so. And so we were talking about earlier how I've competed since 2012. From 2012 all the way to 2017, I've competed a total of 7 times. And you know, back in the day, when I first started competing, I always say this, like this is probably true for about 90% of competitors. maybe even 100% competitors. I have no idea, but I'm very, very certain that it is at least 90% of competitors who have competed before have binged after their show. Now, when you talk about competing and how dieting works, no matter how do you say it, how much metabolism, how fast your metabolism is, or how you've trained your metabolism in the quote-unquote bulking season or off season, when you get down to a very, very low body percentage, I would say a true 7% or 6% body fat, you have to drop your calories extremely low just to get to that point. And, you know, just being in the 6% or 7% body fat range is already as unhealthy as it is. But to get to that level of conditioning, that extreme level of next level conditioning, you have to essentially drop your calories down to a lot and calories, and, you know, create a large deficit. And, you know, by restricting yourself in dieting terms for competing, you form essentially an unhealthy relationship with food. You know, like, because you're so restricted, like as a human race, like if you told me that I couldn't do something, I would probably try and do it. So with competing, you know, you're restricting your diet and everything, and you don't binge because you can't, you know, you have a show to step on stage for and a lot of different things, right? But after the show, 90%, I would say at least, are people, they binge. They eat a shit ton of food, and they get, like, I'm sure people know, like, the number one question when competitors ask is, like, what are you going to eat after the show? Most people are going to say cheesecake or something really, really sweet. And that just goes to show, like, when you see these competitors step off the stage, they look amazing on the stage. But 90% of competitors who have at least competed once, their first show, they probably rebounded at least 10 to 15 pounds in the first week. How unhealthy does that sound? That is extremely unhealthy. And I think that it comes down to the point where, like, competing is not for everyone. Obviously, it's a very difficult sport. It's a very selfish sport. You know, like, you focus on you and everything. But to promote the word fitness and put that alongside bodybuilding or stepping on stage, like, you have all these people who step on stage, and they're supposed to be these people who, like, have the most admirable physiques, and people want to aspire to be just like them. But it's not that simple, guys. And I think, like, where I'm going with this is that I guess it boils down to, like, if you've never done it before and one of your aspirations is to try and step on stage, then by absolute all means, go and do it. I highly encourage you to experience it yourself, because I think that competing is one of the most unexplainable experiences that you can ever go through in life. It's hard to explain to a person who has never competed before, but once you've done it, you know everything. Like, not everything about your body, but you know exactly what each person was talking about who has ever competed before. So I think, like, it boils down to, like, it takes months, I would say months, for your body to start being quote unquote normal again and forming a healthy relationship with food. And some people form eating disorders with food after competing, because it's such a harsh process. But I think that, like, obviously as you go on, and if you've competed multiple times, as you go on, you learn your body better and better, and you learn how to correct your mistakes and not rebound. So, you know, like, in the beginning stages of my competing years, I would say, like, the first 3 or 4 years, or 3 years, I would binge literally after every show, and I would rebound 10 to 15 pounds literally within the first week, sometimes 20. And I got to the point where like every single time I would have to compete, I would have to lose 30 pounds because I compete at 143, 142. And so 170 is really not that heavy for me. Sometimes I've competed, my most difficult weight to diet down from was about 190 something. And so I can attest to this unhealthy relationship with food. And I wouldn't say that I had a eating disorder. I just think that my hormones were all jacked up. You know, like you're in such a low state, you're in such a low body fat, your hormones are just, they reject a lot of different things. And, you know, after your show, and I think that if you guys competed before, you can attest to this. After you've competed and you eat all of this food, you're so full, and on a normal day, you'd be super full, but your mind is telling you another thing. Your body's telling you that you're full, but your mind is telling you another thing. Your mind is saying, no, I'm not full. Let's keep eating. This is nothing. I'm still super lean. And that is where the mistakes happen. So I guess like my message to you all is just to really, really consider all the factors if you compete. It's a very, very tough process, but at the end of the day, I really, really encourage it if you've never tried it before, if you have the aspiration to do it. I think that just my experience, like I've learned so much in the process of competing about myself that I don't think I will step on stage anytime soon, just because of how intensive it is on your body. And there are much more important things in life than just competing and stepping on stage. Like I don't expect bodybuilding to pay my bills whatsoever, you know? So that's it, guys. Antonio and I kind of went off tangent, but Antonio and I had a really, really long discussion about everything. And it's great when I'm able to have clients in person, actually speak to them and have a deep conversation about everything. So I think it was good. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this video, guys. If you sat through this whole rant, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please leave a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.